Silly Dream. 3, 2, 1. All right, so welcome everyone back, everyone. So the song that we're going to be doing now is Silly Dream. Now, this is the title song of the album, and it didn't start out that way. We were going to call it Alpha and Omega, and somewhere down the line, Gordon thought that that this one would be more appropriate. And it's funny when Gordon starts talking about all of the deep meanings and everything that he had of his songs. Did not have any deep meanings when I wrote this song. And in fact, I was really just starting to write at that period, and I had sounds and melodies in my head. I really didn't have words. They kind of all came later.
There was no date on this that I could find.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's about like 79.
Okay.
It's got to be right around 79. And the song that was in my head was The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. There are two songs because it has that very prominent guitar lick that's in there. And I start this one with that guitar lick, which was actually played by Steve Valenzuela in the original. And then I did it this time. And then I also was loved More Than a Feeling by Boston. And although this doesn't sound anything like that, but it starts kind of slow and then builds up into, a rocky thing. And that's what we did on this one, is it started out kind of slow and then built in its intensity. I did add a bridge to this one here because originally it was just 3 chords. It was just really boring. And
I never felt it was boring.
Or repetitive anyway. I'll say repetitive. And I felt that it needed a little bit something, and also to actually kind of give it a little bit of a subject, because before it was just rambling about that, there's this girl I like, and blah, blah, blah. It was an unfinished thought. Anyway, so this one is a little bit more complete about just the when it says like pretty girls can be so mean, but pretty girls fill your dreams, because that's the way you feel, when you're a teenager, and your whole life is just to gain the approval of these pretty girls, and it didn't always work out that way. So that's basically what the song is about, and let you guys talk about it.
Well, Steve, what do you remember? If this was 79-ish, do you have much of a memory of this one?
If this was 79, this would have had to be early 79, because I do remember this. I do remember this one, so I'm thinking it was early 79.
It could be 78. It could be.
Or late 78. So, yeah, I do remember the song. I didn't understand it then. I still don't understand it. It's just, but I'm just that way sometimes. So, but well, yeah, I do agree. I do agree with the idea of, because at least in this case, the having the album titled Alpha and Omega is just, let's face it, it's a bit pretentious. Whereas Silly Dream is a lot more like it, like when we first started talking about even going down this rabbit hole. I remember being told, that this entire project is vanity. It's for nobody but us.
Yep.
If anybody else wants to come along for the ride, it's great.
We have 52 Botswanians.
Well, no, I actually, 2 of the subscribers I know personally.
Oh, okay.
They're here in this town.
50
Sorry. There goes my thought. I lost what I was going to say.
He does it to me too.
You forget about Botswana.
No, I honestly, I think it's great that there are people listening from Botswana. So, kind of stepping on Mark's parade here. If you are in Botswana, please let us know what time it is when you're listening, and maybe tell us what you do, or what better yet, why are you listening to us? What is it about these nut jobs from California that got your attention? I'm done.
That it?
Maybe that's where we should start our world tour. Botswanian? I don't know. I know they mostly speak English.
Yeah, it's like 70% English.
Yeah,
like Ghana. Okay. All right, Mark, take us home.
So, my thoughts on Silly Dream.
it's always been one of my absolute favorite songs. Matthew wrote it, and it's a simple love song. It's a simple love song, and but it has a signature lead riff.
Yes.
And that lead riff is the hook. It pulls you in, and it just has got a cool vibe. And what I love about this song is I do my own personal Steve Gadd tribute. If you know, you know. Listen for it. That's it.
That's it.
We're going home. We're gonna quote Billy Joel again.
Hey.
Another one for Connor. This time, where did it go? Oh, the good old days weren't always good, and tomorrow ain't as bad as it seems.
That's deep. That's deep.
Did I lose the room?
But
So,
Hold on, before you tell us out. So this is the last song on the album, so we should kind of tell you about what might be coming up next. So this has been a long process, and the mixing and the recording and everything, wears us out a little bit. So we might take a little bit of a break. I don't know if we can get everything recorded by the time all of these videos are done. But now we're going to start going way back into some of these other songs. It really, Gordon, you should be the one to tell them mostly yours.
So, like I said, I think in our origin story, these weren't necessarily the first songs that we did, other than maybe Joe's. They were almost what you would call the second generation songs, and that we were doing currently at the time, or we had made recordings, or were simply our favorites at the time. Now we would, and it's the now we would be shifting back to songs actually written in the early days. You're talking about 76 and 77, not very many 79s in there. It will be under the name Flight. The album name will be Flight, which was our first name that we gave ourselves. No, actually, the second name we gave ourselves. We gave ourselves quite a few names, but our fans gave us even more. So
you stole my line.
Both of them. The twins. So, so this was not the last song that we recorded, but it will be the last one on this album because it sums up. Here we all are from 70 down to the youngest one, which would be Matthew, 63.
Still holding on to 62.
Okay. This was a dream we all had when we were kids, and it's still going on.
And like Mark said, it's the good old days. In terms of music, it's better now, than it was back then.
Yeah.
So Mark,
like Douglas said at one point, I think it was in a text that he wrote that basically it took us, it took 50 years for the tech to catch up with us.
Yes.
So
yeah, very good.
Yeah. So if you like what we're doing and you're going to go on this ride with us, we want you to rock our subscribe bar. Give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing. 2 thumbs down if you don't like what we're doing. But more importantly, ring our bell. Tell us where you're from, because
it means
another
another nickel.